Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be going over the basics of vectors, and this is just going to be the most, basic standard video I can think of. I will try and do a more complex video in the future, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, if you have any comments about this or, other questions which have vectors, drop them down below and I'll do my best to get back to you there. So I think the easiest way to start, we obviously have question 1 and 2 on the right. I think it will make the most sense to explain the diagram on the left. So the capital letters W, X, Y, Z, consider them to be destination points. And A, B, C, D, now these are the vectors. Now they're going in a certain direction for a certain distance. So it just so happens that, for example, we have W to X, that's A, X to Y, that's D, and the arrow on them shows the direction they're going. So if you wanted to go the opposite way, it would be a minus of that vector. And vectors are often put in bold or underlined. So hopefully that makes sense. That's the basics for vectors. We're going to go over question 1 and 2. Question number 1, we have WX, which basically says which combination of vectors are we going to use to get from W to X, destination W to destination X. Well, as you can quite clearly see from the diagram and what I mentioned before, A coincidentally goes from W to X. It's in the right direction, it's the right amount of distance. So the answer is just going to be A. The vector A is going to be WX. So applying that same logic, please feel free to give question number 2 a go. Now it's a bit more complex, so we're working with WY. So we want to know how do you get from point W to point Y. Now you can take a couple of different routes. In this case, I've chosen this route here in red. So we're going to go from W to Z and then Z to Y. So what's that going to be? Well, it's vector B plus vector C, and that's it. So it really is that simple. You just want to use vectors which have a direction and distance and then work out how to get from one point to another. It's really that easy. You can add them and subtract them. You can even multiply them, but that's for another video. So hopefully it made sense. Hopefully it was clear. If you do have comments or questions, drop them down below. Best luck with your maths and thanks for watching.